And hello again, my name is Michael, and I'm coming at you with another doodle. Meet me at midnight, this cap says. It's found some ink laying around, and last week I came across my old speedball plastic cheap fountain pen, so I decided to put the two together and ink over this watercolor, just a randomly assorted colors of watercolor on this page. I did a month ago, and I had planned to do this earlier, but I never got to it, and then, well, I had nothing better to do, so I did. In this one, I'm using, just blues and purples, some like nice cool colors. And I guess the main reason why I decided to use this fountain pen is because I kind of applied this watercolor on really thickly, so I couldn't really use any of my outlining markers or my fine tip pens because it would just break away chunks of dried up watercolor. So I had to improvise, which is fine because it's been a while since I used a fountain pen, so I'm not complaining. Right here is kind of like the turning point of this doodle. I accidentally dropped a big glob of ink and had to figure out what I wanted to do with it. So I kind of steered the drawing in a whole different direction, where I just started doing these big blobby, spiky, cross-hatching blobs. So I'm just kind of outlining, contouring this, shapes and shadows I see in the colors. Nothing too grand. Some of my favorite types of drawings and paintings, I see it more in paintings because with multimedia painting, you can do some crazy stuff, and I love seeing artists who just destroy the canvas. They just put layer after layer of paint on, and they'll also just put random other things in it like paper and tissues, and they'll squeegee it, and they'll spin it, and they'll splat it. They'll do all this crazy stuff. So I was trying to figure out different ways I could do that with this, limited paper. It's not watercolor paper, so I can't push it too far, but throw in some water, diluting the ink a bit, watching it how it reacts. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this does, however, gets me in the mood to do an abstract painting where you just put layer after layer, and you just gets to the point where it's just so much, but it somehow turns out to be something that you like. I don't know. And so this is kind of how it finished out. If you don't know where your drawing is headed and you don't feel good about it, I always recommend taking a picture of it and then messing with the settings, like your brightness, your contrast, your saturation, your vibrance, all that sort of thing, because you can really see a whole different world in your art. For example, it was much more flat and unsaturated, but messing with a few things, I turned it into something more like this. And I really like how the ink looks more like a burnt brown, or spilt coffee on paper or something. So it gives it more depth, makes it look much more organic and mysterious. So that's something I like. I must say though, I was having some difficulties, some more trouble than I expected making fine lines with this. It might just be the tip of the pen, or I don't know, or just because I am applying it on top of thickly applied watercolor that a lot of times the ink wouldn't come out, and I was, having some troubles. But at the end of the day, as you see, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. And with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day, and bye.